do not take anything personally, and if you can do this, let me know how. Was I not good enough? Was I not pretty enough? Intellectual stimulation और chemistry से क्या होगा अगर बंदे को जाना है north और मुझे जाना है south? Next one is क्या है ये top? What is this top? Hey guys, what's up? It's me Aarti. Welcome to a brand new video on this channel, and this is the first video that I'm shooting with my new iPhone. Very excited, very kicked to see इसका quality कैसे आएगा on the laptop when I see it on a bigger screen. Right now I'm quite liking it. मेरे acne marks काफी highlight कर रहा है ये, but yeah, let's see that later. About today's video, ये होने वाला था एक Valentines Day upload. I was supposed to upload it in that week leading up to Valentine's, but खैर I feel ये topic काफी timeless है. So I decided to do it anyway, and it's still February, it's still the month of love, and as much as I love talking about love and relationships and romance and dating, I feel if you're single right now and if you're getting थोड़ा सा ऐसे OD हो गया तुम्हारे लिए ऐसे romance का social media पे with people around you, this is a video for you because being single is amazing. There's so many things that you get to experience and learn on this journey of being single, which I have from about how many years of being single. Let's not get there, but I have been single for a while. Okay, so I wanted to come here and share 10 things that I learned on this journey with you guys. तो थोड़ा मुफ्त का ज्ञान इसमें रहने वाला है. If you're interested in that kind of content, you should stick around. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon if you want to see more of such videos from me in the future. Let's begin. So number one lesson is a relationship doesn't have to be the center of your life. We do this in all our 20s. ये मैंने भी किया है. The moment there's a relationship in my life revolves around not the person but that relationship. Everything is about it. I take decisions, I change plans, I do everything to give it that priority which it deserves also. But then after a point of time there should be a little balance, and ये मैंने बहुत late actually सीखा, much later in my life, in my late 20s and early 30s, that the relationship is not the center of your life. You are the center of your life, and your life is made up of so many factors. Your professional life, your personal life, your social life, your friendships, your family, career, personal goals, and then there is a relationship. So so when you like divide it थोड़ा सा logically, realistically, एक relationship तुम्हारे life का एक part होता है. We make our entire life around it, and then also in turn, and it can in turn screw us up. So बहुत बात है. और इसीलिए क्या होता है when sometimes one relationship is not working out for you, you feel like your entire life is gone. When it's not the truth, it's just 20% of your life not working out for you, or sometimes 15, because everything else, the 80 or 75% is working. So थोड़ा सा realistically break down करना चाहिए. ये मुझे understanding काफी late आई life में. So that is number one. Number two is, oh my god, this has been such a, I don't know if I've spoken about this on this channel, but do not attach your self-worth to a person or a relationship. And I have done this so much again in my 20s. I say in my 20s often because I was in my serious relationships in my 20s. पिछले 5-7 साल से मैं सिर्फ single रही हूँ, not been in a serious relationship, met people, tried to date them, but yeah, don't attach your self-worth to a person. Like, I did that because I felt I was worthy because somebody loved me. I thought I was worthy because somebody made me a priority in their life. I was worthy because I had this relationship in which somebody gave me so much love and affection and blah blah blah, which is great, which is amazing to have, which you should feel grateful for. But I am not worthy because of that. Because what happens is when that person goes away, you suddenly feel so unloved, abandoned. You feel like they have left you because something is wrong with you, which is such a flawed thought process. और ये बहुत भारी भरकम मुझे affect किया है इसने मेरे 20s में. Of course धीरे धीरे जैसे इसकी understanding आई, वो affect करने का degree कम हो गया. It still kind of affects me somewhere because these issues come from some deep-rooted beliefs within your system. But anyway, so this has been my big learning, So you're not worthy because you're in a relationship. और इसकी वजह से क्या हो जाता है? The moment you're single, you start questioning that am I still desirable? Am I still lovable? Am I still, wanted? Which is all crap. So yeah, you're worthy just the way you are. So you don't need a boyfriend or a husband or a friend or even a family member to come and tell you you're worthy. Irrespective of what they think about you or tell you, you are worthy. And just the way you are, okay? Your flawed, imperfect self. Third is you're responsible for your own happiness. Again, we do this a lot, especially in our early relationships. हमें लगता है कि एक बंदा हमें मिल गया है, अब he will take care of me, my moods, my happiness, my life, and all of my, you know, well-being depends on this person. But through this, and I was also very, very, very codependent on all my boyfriends in my early years. But then very later in life, I realized that they are not responsible to keep me happy. I am responsible to keep me happy. क्योंकि जब तक you don't take the responsibility, अगला बंदा जो चाहे कर ले, you won't be happy. You know what I'm saying? Like it is your own responsibility. Your happiness, your moods, your well-being, your life is fully, completely your responsibility and not your partner's. Yes, they can do their bit. Of course, if it's a healthy relationship and a healthy partner, he will come and, you know, he or she will come and say, how can I be there for you, or how do you want me to help in this situation? But they aren't responsible for it. जब तक you won't take that charge for yourself, you will not be, you know, happy. And इसी का दूसरा part है that you cannot fix your partner. So this, you know, stands true for you as well as your partner. So, you know, like I said, तुम्हें तुम्हारी responsibility लेनी है लाइफ में. तुम्हारे लाइफ में कुछ, you know, हुआ है in the past. You have some baggages, you have some trauma. You cannot wait for somebody to enter your life and, you know, like a Prince Charming coming on that white horse and you're this damsel in distress. अभी मैं थोड़ा gender specific बातें कर रही हूँ, but you know what I mean. I mean it for both genders. Yeah, you can't wait for that person to come and after उनकी एंट्री के बाद तुम्हारी लाइफ मैजिकली बदल जाएगी, जैसे फिल्मों में तुम्हें सिखाया. That does not happen. Generally, the person who will come to your rescue is yourself, and with the aid of your therapist if you would like to go for therapy or whatever. But whatever your issues are deep within you, वो तुम्हारे पार्टनर की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नहीं है फिक्स करने की, और वो फिक्स कर भी नहीं सकते. I have learned this because I am somebody who is a fixer in life. Like I love helping people, I love giving them solutions. So if it's somebody very close to me, I will very actively try to tell them, why don't you try this, why don't you do this. But बहुत कोशिशें करने के बाद मुझे समझा I can't, until they have understood what the issue is and until they have the willingness to work towards it and take the necessary steps, they won't heal. Like healing is work that you need to do on yourself. Nobody else can heal you. It's only you who can, you know, heal your own patterns or beliefs or traumas or all of that. Next one is, do not take anything personally. And if you can do this, let me know how. क्योंकि सालों साल ये सीखने के बाद भी, you know, I've been single for quite a few years. I've been in a couple of dating situations, and dating comes with things like rejection, ghosting, cheating, abandonment, all of that. So whenever somebody does these things to you or mistreats you, it's not about you. Don't take it personally. And that's a lesson that I've learned over and over and over again. It's happened in the past in a serious relationship also, in some other situationships also. When I've looked back on those things and how things panned out, I was like, oh, so it was never about me, it was about them. और हम लोग क्या करते हैं जब हम ऐसे सिचुएशन में होते हैं, जब हमें किसी ने रिजेक्ट किया होता है, हमें किसी ने गोस्ट किया होता है, वी स्टार्ट लाइक ब्लेमिंग अस फॉर व्हाट हैपेंड. वी स्टार्ट थिंकिंग वी गो इनटू दैट लूप ऑफ व्हाट डिड आई डू रॉन्ग, कुड आई हैव डन थिंग्स डिफरेंटली, वाज आई नॉट गुड इनफ, वाज आई नॉट प्रिटी इनफ, वाज आई नॉट फन इनफ. You know all those thoughts which just don't serve you. And it's not even about you, like I just said. Sometimes when people treat you badly, you just don't know what has happened with them, what is happening within them, what is happening in their past. They are acting, you know, they're acting from the place of an unhealed wound. They're acting their trauma out, they're offloading their hurt on you. So yeah, it's not about you. And ये मुझे पता रहने के बाद भी it's not easy to apply this lesson, by the way, in life. Like when it happens again, of course it's a little better than before, but I'm still kind of struggling with those thoughts of low self-worth जो बहुत easily हो जाता है. Again, like I said, these things like these can trigger some deep wounds or trigger your inner child, and you know, whatever issues, abandonment issues that you've had as a kid. So yeah, but don't take things personally. It's never about you. Whatever has gone wrong, it's about them. एक और बहुत ही interesting quote मैंने Instagram पे इसके बारे में पढ़ा था. It said, every time someone doesn't reciprocate my feelings, it's not an invitation for me to prove to them that I'm worth it. And when I saw it, I was like blown. I was like, wow, this is exactly what I've done. Every time I don't get my feelings reciprocated, I work harder to, I'm like, okay, if I do this, this person will see it. If I do this, and if the person doesn't have to see it, they'll not. So you're just wasting your time. I'm actually talking to my past self right now. So yeah. Next one is, people treat you like you teach them to. A very important lesson that I've learned in my dating life. बहुत बार you know, when you attract the same kind of situations and people again and again, and then one day you sit and think, what is it with me? Why am I, you know, why are these kind of people in my life constantly? And then when I reviewed things, turns out because of me, yeah, I was the culprit. मतलब हम लोगों ने हमें कैसे ट्रीट करना चाहिए हम उन्हें सिखाते हैं, not through our words and what we preach, but through our actions and how we act and how we treat ourselves. So वो जब कहते हैं ना, like ऐसे quotes है इंटरनेट पे, and they're not just fab, they're true, कि until you don't love yourself fully, how do you expect somebody else to? Which is true. Until you don't give yourself that respect, how do you expect somebody else to? So yeah, are you the priority in your own life? If not, how do you expect a stranger to make you their priority? Are you giving yourself all that unconditional love and acceptance fully for even the parts of you that you don't like, which is also a work in progress for me? Not like I'm sitting here and talking about these things, so मैंने ये सब कर लिया जी, ये सारे मेरे, like I've said, these are things that I've learned and I'm still apply them in my everyday life, and I still learn with new instances. So yeah, are you doing all of this for yourself? And if not, how do you want a stranger to, you know, do all of these things for you? So yeah, teach them how to treat you by your behavior. Next one is chemistry is important, but not as important as intention. Now, being a Bollywood buff myself, like sitting and daydreaming about my lover and my soulmate and all of that all my teens, you know, I've always been that dreamy teenager. For me, chemistry played a very important role in determining मेरा attraction towards a person. So मेरे जो early relationships रहे, they've been with people I've had like this very hot chemistry with. Like, you know what I mean? Like that vibe, like you just get along like a house on fire and all of that. But not always are your intentions in the same place. And intentions ये बाद में तुम्हारे later 20s and all में, when you're heading towards the more serious things in life, matter a lot more. In your early 20s or teens, you still have time, you're chilling, you're not thinking so much about the future, but intentions matter a lot to me at this point of time. Like, is this person's intention in life to grow with another person, or is it just like to have a fling? Because right now I don't want to have a fling. So even how much ever we might get along with like a house on fire, we don't have the same intentions, right? So yeah, chemistry is very important. Conversations are very important. I need that intellectual stimulation, but I realize सिर्फ वो intellectual stimulation और chemistry से क्या होगा अगर बंदे को जाना है north और मुझे जाना है south. You know what I mean? So yeah, respect yourself enough to walk away from confused, ambiguous situationships. Again, an advice to past Aarti, like Aarti in her late 20s. Oh my God, I have stayed in such annoying situations which I don't have the patience to today, and I don't know how was I doing that back in the day, especially with dating, and especially with online dating nowadays. There comes this point or this this patch in your dating equation jab nobody knows where's this heading. Nobody wants to ask the question and the other person doesn't want to answer because they are feeling very convenient that the question has not been asked. And I have stayed in some equations which were just taking a toll on me mentally because I was scared to ask the question in the past. And you see, wow, I got too intense. Okay, but this is what I've learned. Okay? If both of you are in the space where you don't want anything and you're just chilling and that vibe is working for you, great. Okay? But if one person is there and one person is not, it's not fair. It's not fair to anybody. And you deserve an equation which has clarity, which has honest communication, and yeah, you deserve a very very healthy equation with another person, यार, even if it's just dating. तो ये आजकल के dating में ना बहुत सारे layers हो गए कि ये पूछ सकते हैं, ये नहीं पूछ सकते, all that is crap. You deserve to feel your best with whoever you are with, like mentally and emotionally, and if that connection is not giving you that emotional safety or triggering you in ways or making you feel uncertain and anxious, you have the right to go and do that conversation. And if the answer from them is no, they don't look at things the same way as you, then have the courage to walk away. बहुत बार हम थोड़ा सा वो जो attachment हो जाता है ना बंदे से या इंसान से, we are like, no यार, nice only he is, let's see, maybe he'll change his mind. But if he had to, he would have till now, or if he has to, he will in the future. But nobody's worth you sitting and wondering, where do I stand in this person's life and what does this person think and feel about me? That should come to you very easily. Okay, you shouldn't need to struggle for it and break your head over it and be confused about it. And another very very wo wala learning is, if you're confused about it, then probably they're not into you. Yeah, I know it hurts to think but they're not. So yeah, will take you time to accept. Takes me a very long time to accept these things, but when you do understand, you do, and then you move on. So yeah, invest in a person basis their actions and not your feelings for them. If you're anything like me and I am somebody who, like, when I like somebody, you'll know, and when I don't like somebody, you will kind of know, you know. I mean, when I don't like somebody, as in when I don't vibe with them, I'm fully, like, I'm very clear, like what I feel is on my face and in my eyes, to be honest. So when I like people, I'll make it clear to them in my gestures, in my actions, in my words and everything. So jab I have liked people in the past, I wear my heart on my sleeve, and I've been vocal about it, and I've done actions, and later it makes you feel because, you know, you've invested a little too much basis your feelings, but there was not much coming from the other side. So aise situations where I felt like, ouch, like, you know, it makes you feel bad. Like, I wish I had seen things more clearly, and I had seen what was this person ready to give me, and not just kept pouring out from me. And at the end of the day, you do feel empty because you're continuously pouring out when nobody's pouring into you. You know what I mean? So yeah, I want to, in the future, invest in somebody or in a relationship basis their investment and their effort and their intention as well, and not just how I feel about them. So that's again something that I'm still working on. Next one is kind of intense. Actually, ये सारे lessons थोड़े intense ही रहे हैं. It is every time someone doesn't love me back or doesn't reciprocate how I feel is an invitation for me to love myself more fiercely. And this again, and by the way, this is one of the biggest lessons that I've learned in the last few years, not just in terms of romantic relationships, in terms of friendships, in terms of a family member, a very close family member. जब मुझे hurtful feelings महसूस हुई है, या I felt you know, unloved or abandoned or whatever, it was an invitation for me to go within myself and heal that part of myself from where these feelings were stemming from. Whenever any situation happens in your life which is, क्या कहते हैं उसको, थोड़ा सा disturbing or distressing situation happens, and your equation goes for a toss with somebody, it's not about them, it's about you. Yeah, यहाँ पे उल्टा है. It's not what they did. Why are you behaving this way? Why are you reacting this way? Where is this coming from within you? You know, so it has always been an opportunity for me to go and, you know, find those parts of me that were, you know, that had this kind of a reaction and work on it. And to be honest, yeah, I think again, self-love is not faff. It's one of the biggest things in your life that you need to implement. It's paramount for having a happy, healthy, wholesome, enriching life and relationships. क्योंकि I've said this earlier, the way you think about yourself builds your self-image, या तुम्हारी self-worth define करता है, and your self-worth pretty much determines the quality of your entire life, the career you're going to choose, the dreams and goals you're going to set for yourself, the relationships you're going to pursue, friendships, everything. So this has been one of the major learning, hands down, of in the last few years of, you know, being single. And the last one is, now this might seem a little paradoxical, मैंने पहले जो बोला उससे, but here's what it is. I'd rather wear my heart on my sleeve and look like a fool in that situation than sit and regret years later about what could have been. And here's what I mean by it. I am driven like fiercely by regret. Like, regret is an emotion that I want to escape. So बहुत सारी चीजें मैं life में करती हूँ where I put in my 100% is because I don't want to sit like 5 years later, 10 years later, 20 years later sitting and regretting what if I had done things differently. Also, the reason I give in a little more than I can sometimes because I don't want to sit and regret. Yeah, so बहुत सारे situations ऐसे हुए. I've said this earlier that I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'll go to people and express to them how I feel. And sometimes when you're the first one to do it, especially when you don't know the outcome or क्या आने वाला है उस साइड से, जब कुछ आता नहीं है, it feels like ouch, like somebody just like bury me under the ground. That embarrassment of not having how you feel reciprocated is horrible. Like, in that moment, I feel very courageous and brave, and I'll go and express to people what I feel, and like I'm putting my heart out there, I'm all like that. But when the reaction isn't what you expect or kind of hoping for, it's like, oh my god. Then I sit and curse myself. I'm like, who the hell told you to go ahead and do this? And then you sit in that pity party or that shame of like, oh my god, for the next few days, or months, depending on what the situation or equation was. But I have realized this time and again, years later, when I look back on that same situation, I don't give a damn. I'm like, I don't even feel the embarrassment that I felt in the moment, because then I'm sitting and looking at, oh, I was that person who had the courage to open my heart out to somebody. Fine, it did not work out. And I moved on and did better things in my life, right? So उस moment में बहुत high level की embarrassment होती है, but बाद में I'm always chill. And like I said, I don't want to sit and regret 10 years later that I wish I had done things differently. So I would rather just go ahead and do those things and regret it in the moment. You know what I mean? So these are all the lessons, guys, that I learned from the last few years of being single. I hope इसमें से कुछ तुम्हारे साथ resonate हुआ. अगर you know you've been single for a while, or if you're newly single and if you're going to date, I think some of these should really help you. Like अभी ऐसे मुझे लगता है कि ये कुछ चीजें मुझे अपने पहले dating situations में पता होती है. I would have made wiser decisions, but it's okay. Time is still not lost. But yeah, let me know how you like the video in comments नीचे. If you're new to my channel and if you've liked what you've seen and you want more of such मुफ्त का ज्ञान in the future, consider hitting the subscribe button and the bell icon next to it. And yeah, man, I'm going to go on that note and see you guys real soon. You take care. Bye-bye.